Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. Good morning. That time again. It's a nice, I want to say cool, crisp morning, but it's not a cool, crisp morning. It's a hot and humid morning. We're getting there, though. We're only about, what, maybe a month away? For some of you, you might have a cool, crisp morning. But if you're like me, and you're in the South, or the Deep South, or anywhere near the South, it's probably a hot and humid morning. Alright, let's dive right in. I'm back here at the shop. And we're going to run over here. We're going to sell back our MacDon header. Now you might be thinking, why are you selling back your MacDon header? Well, we're going to get another one. Good morning, Yeti. Good morning, Fuzzy. How's it going? So we are going to sell that back. We'll repaint and repair it like we normally do. And then we will sell that back. We'll kind of trade it in a little bit. Alright. So I got the combine over here. We're going to get into our oats that we're going to harvest today. There is another combine on sale, but it's the 1090. And it's not really I wouldn't consider that a class 11 combine. That's more like a class 10 combine. So I think I'm going to hold off on that. Go look at the headers. I hear the plane going overhead. So I talked with somebody on YouTube about the rice mod, and the only header that worked with the allow rice in fields mod was this header, and this header's from the Colossus pack. This was the only green header that worked for the allow rice in fields mod. Now we have the rice harvest mod. It's a different mod. What it does is it does the same thing pretty much as the other one, but it allows the other headers to harvest rice. So you can see all the regular game headers, even the in-game headers here, all of them did long grain rice before. The only difference now is with the new mod, the new rice mod, is it allows you to do long grain rice and rice. So that's the difference between the allow rice in fields mod and the rice harvest mod. So now we can use any header to do that. All these others, they now do rice. These are the other Colossus parts, except for that one. That's a special one. And then there was this dedicated one. This was the only grain header that allowed you to do the regular rice. So now that we can do it with all of the headers, we are going to go big and then go home later. So let's get that. We definitely want the transport wheels. We're going to leave it as a MacDon. Do the US. We'll do the working lights on it. And then we want to change the red to... We have the case, so we'll get the case IH red. Alright. Uh-oh, what? Delivery nut. I'm going to have to make room. Do I have that much stuff in the... I didn't think there was that much stuff out here. Well, I guess the tractor's out here. Oh yeah, I did buy another trailer. Oh, and then I parked this stuff out here. So we got the Brooks, the two other Brookses out here. I still haven't come and got them. Man, you know what? I can pick them up with this, can I? Get them out of the way. This was on sale. If you didn't see the YouTube video, this was on sale. It's the Stevie version. It is the US version of the 8RX, but it has the wide tracks on it. So it's got the big guns. I don't know if I can get... I'm gonna have to move that other tractor to get in there. Got the saddle jetted and loaded up. this around the backside here. Alright. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Twitchy. How's it going? Coming. Here we go. Alright, I got it now. Now, there should be enough room to spawn that there. So this is the 19.2. Okay, that looks about right. Let's see. Cross your fingers. What? Delivery space blocked. Please move other items. What could be in the way? Is it... You know what? Is it trying to spawn it long ways? I bet it's trying to spawn it crossways. I bet I can move this one thing here. Slide it back. Alright, now... Ooh, there's a save. Now let's try it. There's got to be enough room to spawn that thing now. I know the water's not that long. It's trying to spawn it. I bet it's trying to spawn it crosswise. That's why it's not doing it. Case I had tread. Alright. Cross both your fingers, or all your fingers, if you have the ability to do that. Maybe it'll work this time. Yay! It worked. I bet it, let's see. I bet it was trying to do it crosswise. Yep. Wow, it wanted to spawn way over there too. That's interesting. There's plenty of room down here. Why wouldn't it spawn down here? Is it because of that trailer? I wonder if there's an issue with this trailer. You know what? Let me go. I want to look at this thing. No. There's nothing really coming off of it that would block it that I can see. Huh. I don't know. That's interesting. I have noticed there's some lights protruding on the ground from it, though. And it's not hooked up to anything. See, it's got me. I'm all... It looks like I've got a really nice tan. Looks like I've got a spray tan or something. Look at that. Normal me. Spray tan me. Oh, that's a Stevie trailer, so I don't know. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing out of here now. Biscuits and gravy for breakfast. That's how it's going. That sounds like a good breakfast to me. What kind of gravy is it? White gravy, sawmill gravy, chocolate gravy. Things we need to know. I am not going to be able to... Let me see if I can get this in here. I may have to pick it up from the back. Turn! Yay! Oh boy. I need to put my beacons on for this. This is a longer hitter. But, you know what? This combine with the pipe and the capacity, it'll definitely make things more efficient. I even washed my combine. See how shiny the wheels are? That's not from rain. That's from a wash. We had to wash our combine. Oh boy. Ooh, come on. Make it out. Long header. This is the only time really that we have to come in here with this. We can probably come in through that field in the back if we have to, but since we're probably going to be keeping this header forever. Unless they come out with something else ridiculously nice. I've noted a lot of people talking about how the headers, when they tow them behind the combines, are not hauled in a straight line. To me, I have not had that issue. I've not really seen them kind of... And I've looked at the videos of the people that claim that it's not straight behind the combine. I think if you turn your camera at an angle like that, it looks like it's at an angle, but it's not really at an angle. If you look at it from up top, see, there it looks like an angle, but here you can tell it's straight. So I think it's just the angle that they're looking at it. I haven't had any issues with any of the headers being pulled by any of the equipment at an angle. See that? Even that looks like an angle, but it's not an angle. It's not hanging out off the side. It is straight. I'll even lock in my GPS on the road here, and the road is not perfectly straight, but you can tell it's straight with the combine, even from the front. Sausage country gravy. Sausage country gravy. I can't even say the word. Lord. Is it like sawmill gravy? It's got sausage in it. That's basically what sawmill gravy is. Alright, so this is the first field we're going to knock out. Our big field over there is ready. The field over there across from the farm is ready. And then the field down in the southeast corner of that big field is ready. Gotta set this down where I can get into it and hook up and turn around. Alright, so let's fold up the header, and then we'll unfold the combine. And then I need to make some adjustments on the header here. That looks about good to me. If we were doing canola, I'd say take it up higher like that, but we're not doing canola. This is oats that we're doing today. I'd say right there, pretty good looking. Alright. Checks out. Alright, I am not going to drop straw for this. Whatever it is, it's good. Yeah, it sounds good. I got a lot of fields to harvest today. We'll knock this one out. Yeah, you can tell that header's way bigger. We got that field to do. We've got that field to do. And then that field to do. And then I've also got I had the MacDon going over here. Looks like we need to cut the clover there and then the clover over here as well. And everything else is something else, I think. Something different. Probably something that we don't own just quite yet. I have been working on doing the silage game and stuff. Got a lot of stuff to pick up and put in the harvester silos over there. Oh, you didn't leave any for me? Oh. Oh, there's a save. Are you using AI to do your contracts with steering assist? I'm not doing a contract right now. I'm actually harvesting one of our fields. I'm not using the AI. I am using the steering assist though. But right now I've got right there the steering assist. Sometimes I'll use the AI if I want to run the grain cart, but I've got a truck on the end of this field, and I may swap this up when we go over to the bigger fields. But for right now, I'm fine just doing this because I can empty in that other truck down there if I need to. I don't have the lines turned on. I've turned them off. Just because, I know where the lines are, and I can listen to the chime, so I'll know kind of where I'm lined up at and where I need to be. I've got it set to one in row, and then I'll just start going north and south on the field when I get done with this in row at the south end of the field here. You seen contract at the top? Oh, that's a plowing contract I've got going right now. I got a plowing contract going right there. So I got a guy down there doing that. Hired him out just to go ahead and take care of that. That's actually a decent contract, so that's worth $37,000. So I was like, you know what? I'll just hire the guy. So I took him down. Well, actually, he was already down there. Did another contract down in that area somewhere. And I just moved him over to that field, hired him out, said, have at it. So yeah, that's the guy that's hired out. Most of the contracts, I'll hire those out. Our harvesting stuff, I'll either use the steering assist or I'll hire out the combine and then I'll run the grain cart. No, I'm in single player. I'm usually alone on Saturdays now. Old man, I used to have old man on Saturday mornings, and then Phil sometimes on Sunday mornings. Phil, I think, has been busy with work and stuff, and then old man, his schedule changed from Saturday mornings, and now he's off on Sunday mornings. So he's actually, I think, old man's working today. But most likely, if he's off tomorrow, he'll probably be in here tomorrow. Once we get this done, and then we got this one little corner of this field to buy. We buy that corner, and then we can merge all of this together, and we've already merged quite a bit of it together. So we merged this field, this field, this field, and this field all together. When we get done here, we'll merge these two in with this one, so we'll have a nice big field right here. All of these will be together. We've already merged all of these together. Already merged all of these together. We merged these two together, and this one we left separate because there's a road in between, and it's got road signs on it. So we can't really merge those together. Otherwise, when we go back to work that field later, there'll be road signs out in the middle of it. So it's kind of like, yeah, can't really do that. I kind of wish he hadn't put the road signs right in between the fields like that, but you know, is what it is, I guess. We'll work around them. It's kind of the reason why we left the road up there in this field. So there's a dirt road that runs right up to there, and there's actually two road signs on that one. There's a road sign right in there, and then there's a road sign right in there. So we left the road there. We can take trucks in there and park them, I guess, if we want to. But everything else was basically just grass in between, so we broke out our plow and put them together. It's more efficient to do it that way. Really looking forward to doing this one down here. We've got to harvest the oats here and then the beans, but all of this will be merged together, and then we're actually going to expand this field. We're going to plow the line straight across there. We cleared out all these trees down here, the woods down here, so this will all be together. Isn't there a song? All together, all be together. Something together. Come together, right now. Soybeans. Yeah, did a lot of work. If you haven't been following the YouTube videos when they come out, done a ton of tree work. And we don't even really have a full load yet. Hoping we can do some more tree work, because we definitely would enjoy having the wood chips to sell from those trees. So yeah, we cleared out the big whole bunch of trees. There's some more trees over here that I'm probably going to go back for, but got the main ones cleared out of there. We cleared them out of here, so I went back in and planted beans there. We cleared a lot of trees over here. on the south bank of that creek. And then we expanded this little tiny field that was right here. We expanded it out and on down this way. And then we cleared out the trees over here. And I ran out of time. I didn't have time to plant beans over there too, so we just planted some more clover. And then this will be merged together. We're going to expand these fields here and then merge these together at some point in the future. That's the Beatles come together. I actually was thinking of Aerosmith, but yeah, the Beatles did sing that. That's their, I think that's their original. Did they do Sweet Emotion too? Thinking that for Aerosmith too. Thinking, of course, of Armageddon, where they had those in there. They did Come Together. They did Sweet Emotion. And then they did I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. So basically, the Armageddon soundtrack has 3 Aerosmith songs in it. Are you going to buy the flour mill? Yes, that's the plan. I kind of need to go back and look at these fields down here. That's why I've been kind of in a rush to sell silage and stuff. It's a good price for silage right now. I don't know that we have any because the things aren't processing, so we probably don't have much. I probably sold most of it. But there's a field. Oh gosh, there's a save. That snuck up on me. Hang on, let me turn the... I'll say, come on, save, hurry. Let me turn the combine around and I'll go look at them again. The thing is like, we'll probably wait before we buy the flour mill because, oh man, I need to put that on 6 miles an hour, don't I? Thing just kind of lurched forward. Alright, 6 miles an hour, there we go. What I'll probably do is just store these oats, but we're also looking at buying maybe a field or 2 down here. So there's a wheat field there. There's a wheat field there, but it's already been harvested, so never mind about that one. I would say this one is cheaper. It's a sorghum field. And then there's this wheat field there. But there's also another wheat field over here. If we bought that one, we might could afford that one and the sorghum field. But if we bought that one, that would kind of complete this side of this area down here minus this field. And this field, I think, is in spinach. Yep, it's in spinach right now. So, how much is that one? Let me look. This one is 307, so that's not too bad. This one is 419. So those are definitely more affordable. It would be nice to have this big field, but this one is wow, 1.4 million. Am I reading that right? No, 914. Yeah, 900. I thought that was a cash symbol there in the front. 914,000. So we could buy just this one field, or we could get the other wheat field and the sorghum field. And then the flour mill, we looked at that over on the YouTube videos. The price of the flour mill is $288. So actually, we might be able to swing buying that wheat field and that sorghum field, and then maybe buying the flour mill as well. We might take a look at that. I think those fields are ready. As far as like yeah, that's fertilized. Let's see, do they have any weeds in them? No, that one's been sprayed. And that one needs fertilizer. Be nice if there was a contract on it. I haven't seen a contract on that one for fertin that second round, but you know, one might pop up. I'll go look at that. Let's see. The active one, fertilizing. It's field 40. Yeah, there is a contract for it. Look at there. One did pop up. We'll take that. Alright, so when we get done with this field, I'll take the fertilizer guy over there and let him take care of that, and then we'll pick those up. That thing, it still refreshes in the background, so if you go into it and then you go out of it for a little while and come back in just a little bit, it will automatically refresh still in the background. You don't have to go in and hit the button. So, going good, Adam. How's it going? Kind of wishing I had turned my thermostat down a little bit. It's starting to get warm in here. When I get in here and start doing harvesting or any kind of work, I think the computer is doing its job and dissipating the heat out from the computer, but it dissipates it out into the room. So when I take my first break, I'm gonna have to go turn that thermostat down and get me some more to drink. I think I'm just about, yep, I've already finished my Dr. Pepper here. So all I've got is my orange soda now. Crack that open. Pretty sure that we've got plenty of room over here on the side of this. Oh yeah, the pipe goes out there. Plenty of room, plenty of space out there to empty. And we are definitely going to have a huge bean harvest. It'd be nice to have another combine of the bean harvest. I think we're getting almost to the point where we can start designating certain areas for certain crops. And then maybe rotate them out. So I would like to keep beans up north here. And then we need to kind of separate, you know, obviously we're going to do a lot of custom work eventually down in these areas because we don't own the territories down there. But when we buy the territories, we should be able to do a lot of custom work down there and have a lot more acreage. Right now, I think we'll keep the corn down there. But we need some fields designated for especially the flour production, because there's a ton of crops that can go into flour now. You can do long grain rice flour. You can do rice flour. You can do barley flour. You can do wheat flour, sorghum flour, oat flour, corn flour. There's a ton. So you would want to kind of maybe do those crops closer to the flour mill, which is down there south of the ethanol plant. So maybe some of those fields down there we could put those types of crops in. We've already planted one rice field down there, right there. So we're doing, this is kind of a test field. We're going to do rice in that one. And then maybe start branching out into some of these fields. Maybe do long grain rice and rice down here. Then we could probably do, you know, pick up some more like this one that's in wheat. We can do more of our flour mill production fields down in this region, maybe down the center part here, and even over here, over down in this southeast part there. But yeah, keep the beans up north, I say, because the only production that I'm aware of is the soy milk. I think that's the only one that takes soybeans. I don't think the oil mill does it? I would have thought that soybean oil, it does corn oil. No, the only production that I know of right now is soy milk, and that's up there in Moccasin. The northern town is Moccasin, the southern town is Hobson. Yeah, to me it makes sense to it makes sense to try to put crops close or nearby to the areas that you're going to be taking most of them to production. So I would say, oh wow, that's a neat little tool. There's a little tool they've got cleaning a grill. It's made by horsepower. Okay, called Giddy Up. It's this little scrubber brush that cleans your grill, like your barbecue grill, and it doesn't leave the wires on it like the other brush does. It actually picks up those wires if there's any on there. That's neat. Looks like it does a pretty good job too. It makes it shiny again. Kind of buffs it a little bit. But yeah, looking at the productions of things, you know. What we don't own the pizza place yet. We might put some greenhouses in up there somewhere to do a lot of that. Of course, there's the silage part. There's this part. Haven't gotten into that yet. If we do the furniture, we'll probably do that around the sawmill, because I think the furniture place is just east of the sawmill down there. Grapes, when we get into wine and grape juice and raisins and stuff, probably put those down there. I think all that's down in Hobson. Once caught a fish that was this big. one done? Yep, plow guy's done. So there's 37 grand there. We'll move the fertilizer here soon. I was going to look at wheat. So wheat, it looks like all our crops can be planted in April now. So we can do barley in April. We can do barley in April here. I like that. I know that, you know, you can do winter wheat and you can do winter barley. Not saying that I won't do some fields like that, but once we get down into like the areas where we can do like the dedicated fields, maybe do some winter wheat and winter barley. Yep, old Jim Lovell passed away. Astronaut Jim Lovell. He was on Apollo 8. He was on Apollo 13. I think everybody probably really remembers him from Apollo 13. He's the one that said, "Houston, we have a problem." It's kind of funny that he passed away. So it was a full moon, and it was August 8th, and he was on Apollo 8. He did. He was one of the first ones. I think he was the command module pilot to do several laps around the moon first for the Apollo 11 landing. Hey, Crazy, how's it going? I'm thinking he was on another. Wasn't he on one of the? Was it one of the Gemini missions or Mercury or? Trying to remember back now. Might have been a Mercury mission. Or no, that would have been the original 7. I think it was a Gemini. How about Jim Lovell? He's the astronaut. I'd have to look it up. Alright, let's go look at that field. Shut the engine off here real quick. So I would say This wheat field is good to go. So let's get that one. When you know it hit a save right when I hit the buy button. Did I buy it? Nope. Now I bought it. So we own that one. And then we got to go fertilize that one. So I left my fert rig. Where did I leave my fert rig? You know what? I've got one down there. Somewhere. I think it's in the shed. I think there's one right there. Yeah. Open sesame. You know, I grew up and lived thinking that they're saying open sesame, and it's not open sesame. I was so crushed when I discovered that it's open sesame, not sesame. You know, like sesame seeds on your burger bun. I never really got that, but apparently it's open sesame, not sesame. So, oh, the things you learn. Like that song. Lift us up where we belong, where the eagles fly. But it's not where eagles fly. Apparently it's where eagles cry. And singing that one wrong. You say open sesame? See, I did for a long time until I learned the truth. There's so many songs that I've looked up the lyrics to that I have been singing wrong for a long time. And there's some songs that, thanks to my co-workers at work, that I sing a certain way and or sing the right way, that I have been singing the right way, and then they teach me the other ways of how they sing it, and then it's like, then you can't unhear it, so then you sing it the wrong way. So one of them, what was the song? What was this song? Trying to think of the name of the song now. I think it was by One Republic. Apologize. So they always thought that it was not too late to apologize, but too late to call the judge. So they was always singing it. Too late to call the judge. Too late. So now I can't unhear it. And they've ruined a lot of Christmas songs like that for me too. So, alright, we'll hire that out, let him fertilize that field, and then we'll buy this one. Alright, we'll go back to our combine while he's doing that. Move it on over. And I'm going to hit the dash of the head, because this head is not going down the road. Yo, AC Gaming, how's it going? Let's see, where would be a good place to start? Can I get away with this? Can I put the header kind of in here like this? Or... Oh boy. Oh, hit the gas station. Drop it right there. Hold on through. Thread the needle, thread the needle. Oh boy. Thread the needle. Totally works. This is a big field. When we harvest the cotton down there on the field south of this one, we'll probably merge these two together too. Well, if that ain't the same lady that cleans the fruits and vegetables doing a laundry commercial now, she's gonna be the next Billy Mays. She's got this thing she's doing now called Clean Boss. And instead of using fabric softener and powder detergent or liquid detergent, she's got these sheets that you just throw in the with the clothes. And apparently it's supposed to clean your clothes and whatnot better. I don't know. She does a good job cleaning them fruits and vegetables though, so I guess maybe it works. I don't know. I probably shouldn't be watching infomercials. I probably should put it on something like a weather radar or something. There's no weather on the radar though, that's the problem. Oh yeah, there's a huge development with the tropical stuff too. Apparently there's a forecast that it's not just one forecast, it's like all four of the forecast models, and I can't remember what the other two are. They're specific ones for tropics, but there's the EU model, and then there's the GFS model that are saying that we could see a historic 500 millibar pressure, like down in the tropics, like around Florida and the Gulf. And if that happens, you're looking at Category 5 hurricane or stronger. And it looks like they're kind of targeting around August, somewhere between, I won't say between, somewhere around the August 19th, August 22nd date. They can't pinpoint it exactly because there's other factors to consider. But somewhere in that time frame, August 19th, August 22nd, we could see some record-breaking hurricanes down in the either Florida or Gulf. You think about that, you know, you look at the pressures, and hurricanes, you know, really strong hurricanes, we've seen them go to Cat 5. What is it, the 700, 800 millibar range? But 500 millibar range? That could be a monster. That could be a monster storm. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. We bought that field, right? Yes, we did. So we got the cotton fields here. It's nice to have those. We'll have to designate an area for cotton too. Don't know where to put that yet. I guess we should probably put it close to, if we buy the, what is it, the spinnery? It would make sense to maybe do that stuff closer to the spinnery. Because, I mean, we can sell cotton. There's good money in selling just the cotton, but there's also good money in doing the fabric from the spinnery and then doing the tailor shop. Which we'd put it on distributing from the spinnery. But we'd have to take the cotton bales to the spinnery. And I think the spinnery is down there in Hobson too. I think it's down there on the right behind McDonald's down there. I have to go back and look at here. Pretty sure it is. Let's go look. I think it's right there, maybe? Yeah, there's the spinnery. So it makes sense to do cotton down here. Hey, there's a cotton field right there. How much is that? $382. Bro, where are you going? Did I not turn the thing on? It is on. Why is he doing an angled line now? Oh, you know what? It may be because this field is angled. Yeah, that's why. Never mind. I'm like, what? So yeah, that cotton field, that would make sense to do cotton down there, since the spinnery is like right there. And then we could do the other flower crops up in here, maybe. See, that's fully fertilized. Doesn't have any weeds in it. Got some canola down there. Oh, we're gonna have to harvest that rice really soon. It's in the dark green. think our fertilizing guy finished. Right down here. So yep, that field's fully fertilized now. So let's get that one. We're gonna have to sell some more silage. So we've got 480 left. I think we should probably, I don't know, should we buy that cotton field? Got two choices. We could go ahead and buy the flour mill, or we could buy that cotton field, harvest our cotton, and then carry the cotton down there. We'd have to buy the spinnery too. Wonder how much the spinnery is. Can't tell that from here, can you? You'd actually have to go down there. Actually, no, wait. You can. Let's see. Spinnery buy. That's not bad. 180 for the spinnery. But then, where's the tailor shop at? There's the Dollar General. There's the oil plant. That's a gas station. There's the Hobson General Store. There's the canning factory. I don't know where the tailor shop is. I don't even know if there is one on the map. I think there is, though. You know what? I think I can go into productions and find it. Collect that too. Let's see. Okay, let's start up here. Tailor factory. Where are you, Tailor factory? If there is one. Okay, there it is. Right there. It doesn't tell us tag place. I can visit it. Tag place. Is it up north? It is up north. So yeah, we definitely want to put the spinnery on distributing, because then they can distribute it from down there up here. But there is the tailor factory right over there, and then we just put that on selling, so it doesn't really matter. But at least we know where it's at. How much is that? I might have to go click on it on the map. Right there. That is 240. Okay, this guy's not turning. I'm still locked in on the active. Grab this little bit here. Alright, so Jim Lovell was on Gemini 7, Gemini 12, Apollo 8, and Apollo 13. I thought it was Gemini. I knew the Mercury was kind of early on, because with the Mercury program, they had the original 7 astronauts. You know, Gus Grissom, Alan Shepard, John Glenn, etc., etc. And then with the Gemini program, they had the new ones that came in, including Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and Jim Lovell and all them. I was like, what is that at the top of the screen? I need to untag that place. Oh my goodness, are you serious? New trend has stressed adults relying on pacifiers. First, okay, Problem number one, first, you're not a cat. Okay, the people who think they're actually cats or animals of any kind, you're not. Okay, you're a human being, right? If you think you're a cat, then and you're using a litter box, and you're, you know, dressing up like a cat, going out in public, there's something wrong with you. Okay, that's problem number one. Now they got the adults that are stressed out. You know, first it was, they need a safe space. Okay, you know what? Go to the privacy of your own home, have your safe space. Cry into a pillow, or something like that. But a pacifier, really? That's the new trend? Are these the same people that ate Tide Pods when they were, what is the world coming to? Okay, pacifiers are for babies, maybe young toddlers, but not for adults. No, no. No, no. I could see you doing a ring pop. Ring pops were pretty popular back in the day. It was basically a sucker. Wasn't a pacifier. But you got adults. Oh, my goodness. What is the world coming to? Think I fell asleep? No, if I fell asleep, my combine would be in the river. I'm still here. I just can't believe these adults are turning to pacifiers because they're so stressed out. Scared you? Well, it is almost that season, so just get ready. Adult beverages are way better than pacifiers for stress. Yeah, I mean, that's, I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. I think these are the people that were given participation trophies back in the day, because they couldn't take the fact that they lost and they didn't get a trophy. So hey, let's give them participation trophies. Oh, you participated. You didn't win, but here's a trophy. Just for your feelings. So now they're like, well, I'm stressed out. I want my passy. No. No. If you're an adult and you want a pacifier to suck on because you're stressed out, there's something wrong in your brain. You definitely need help. Because that's not, no. Mm-mm. I gotta go back and read some here. Apparently I missed some. Think we will land on the moon again in our lifetime? Yes. As a matter of fact, they're working on a mission for, what is it, Artemis? Is it the Artemis program they're planning on going back to the moon? Planning on going to the Mars, too, so. How was your week? The week was good. When you get stressed out, twitchy, you watch Farm Sim episodes? Did they calm me down or put me to sleep? Yeah. No, I'm still here. I'm watching the headlines pop up on the second screen over here. And that one just, it's just like, wow. How are things in America? Oh, well, you know. Adults are getting stressed out, so they're turning to their passies. You know, they gotta have a passy in their mouth. So much for the days of, you know, turning to other things, which, you know, were probably not good for you. You know, smoking and, you know, alcohol and all that's not good for you. But at least you were an adult when you did it, you know. It wasn't a pacifier. I think that's the problem with people today, not just in America, but, you know, all over. People are getting stressed out and they don't know what to do about it. They don't know what to do about their emotions and what to do about, you know, their problems or their issues, you know. You know what? You need to pray. Pray about it. You need to find Jesus. And all this AI stuff, we need to put a stop to a lot of this AI stuff, man. This AI stuff is getting very, very, very dangerous. The thing is like they're talking about doing the AI stuff and applying it to the medical field, applying it to everyday life stuff like the police force and the military. Okay, we've been warned already about this, okay? It was called Skynet. They turned over control of the military in Terminator 3 to the artificial intelligence, okay? Don't do that, because the artificial intelligence will turn on all humans. That's what happens in Terminator, okay? It's bad news. It's not good. We were warned. We made movies about this, okay? There's other AI movies about it too. iRobot and, you know, what was that other one? What was it, Eagle Eye or something like that? I mean, look at RoboCop. You know, you had Ed 209. That was AI. And we saw what happened with Ed 209. Yeah, it don't help that the insurance doesn't cover that. Yeah, I saw the Tesla robots, the Musk robots. I don't. Are they Tesla branded? I don't know if they're Tesla branded. I saw the ones that Musk was doing. Yeah, they're no. That's like these apps, these AI apps that you can go and talk to them. If you have problems, go and talk to these apps, and it's like talking to a real person. You're not talking to a real person, just FYI. You're talking to a machine. Okay? Again, go watch the Terminator. The Terminator has warned us about this. It's not a good thing. Don't talk to the machines. Don't tell the machine, you know, it's that machine is logging everything you tell it and putting it in a database, man. And it's going to keep that so that it can know your weaknesses. So when they take over, they'll know, okay, well, the Green Arcade, he's not compatible with Indian food. So we're going to ship all this Indian food to him. And then, you know, that's what we'll feed him, you know. We won't have a choice over it. And then there'll be gastronomical consequences. Come on, it's going to be bad. That's what these robots are doing. That's what these AI robots, that's their mission. Oh no. I've heard about that Chat GPT. I am not I have never used it, but I've heard about it. Oh, they'll know. They'll know. The machines will know. And now we've got some type of alien spacecraft flying towards us that they're tracking in outer space. Have you guys heard about this? Stuff just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Did you hear the story of the kid talking to the AI person and they ended up telling the kid, oh, everything's moving so fast. Telling the kid to, oh no. Oh no, wow, that's bad. Yeah, see, that's another issue. There you go. There's a case in point right there. That's sad. You always say thank you to the AI just in case. I know Tomcat, he uses that what's the one from Microsoft called? What's it called? What's the Microsoft AI called? I can't remember the name of it. I want to say it starts with a C. I think he uses that to create his images of the hobby horse stuff. Oh god, what's it called? Copilot. Yeah, that's it. Isn't that AI? Is it Copilot? I think that's it. It's all fun and games until, you know, Skynet takes over. And it may not be called Skynet, but it'll be just like Skynet, just with a different name. We gotta find John Connor. Gotta be part of the resistance. And I don't mean the people with the pacifiers in their mouth either. They're not part of the resistance. They're actually part of the problem. So, wonder if their AI told them to suck on a pacifier. Yeah, co-pilot. That's it. Pacifier people? No, they were not in the Terminator. This is real life. Real world situation. People are getting stressed out about stuff in life, I guess. And they're turning to pacifiers. Wish we still had Arlie Ermy, you know. The guy, the drill instructor from Full Metal Jacket. I bet he would make some great videos, little short videos about these types of people. Imagine if you were swathing the straw. No, that's not a coping mechanism. That's something else entirely. Oh, it would be a lot. Yeah, that'd be a lot of straw. I would do it, but there's no real money in straw. There's a little bit more money in soybean straw, so I'm more prone to do that. But now there's just not a whole lot of time to do all that. There's more money in focusing on making the dry corn, and you know, we can sell the dry corn in the winter at the most of the time for close to $2,000. It's just kind of right there under soybeans that we could sell the surplus of soybeans in summer for around $2,200. We get a kind of a target price of close to $2,000 for dry corn, and we can sell that in the winter. So as soon as we get our corn harvested, we may actually do the corn harvesting first and then try to focus on the beans. That way we can get the corn directly into the dryers. Have that corn ready to go and ready to sell the surplus of it. We'll save a little bit of it and take some loads of it to the whiskey factory where we need it. And then if we have the flour mill, I think you can take, is it dry corn that goes to the flour mill? If we get the flour mill, that takes, no, that's just regular corn. So what is the other thing? There's something else that needs dried corn. The ethanol plant, which we can't buy the ethanol plant because it's broken. You can't put propane into it. That's what I'm told. I think the whiskey factory is the only thing that takes it. But yeah, as long as we take care of the whiskey factory, as far as the dry corn is concerned, any surplus from dry corn that doesn't go there, we can sell that in the winter. When I'm talking about pacifiers, am I being serious or being sarcastic about people using them? A little bit of both. It's a very serious thing. Apparently, it's a real thing. People are turning to pacifiers to deal with their stress. No, it's not an Onion article. Apparently, it's a real thing. And there's more than one adult. And I use that term very loosely with that, because if you got a pacifier, you're not acting like an adult. But no, that's not an Onion article. That's basically being reported on all the major news networks. So apparently, to some, it's becoming an acceptable coping mechanism. Yeah, that's what they're saying. It kind of started in China as a joke, but of course, people here have accepted it as something they can do that's acceptable. I can tell you right now, many workplaces, not all of them, because there's some workplaces that are, kind of out there too, but many workplaces, if you get stressed out at work and you pop a pacifier into your mouth, they're probably going to send you home. Maybe the majority of people that do it are like work from home people or something. I don't know. Do you like oatmeal? If so, what's your go-to flavor? I do like the apple cinnamon oatmeal. Talking about like the Quaker oatmeal. I don't like that for breakfast. If I'm gonna eat any oatmeal, it's probably gonna be that one. Morning, Trent. How's it going? Yeah, old man, his schedule changed. He's gonna be on Sundays now. And if Phil's here, he'll be on Sundays too, so... Some Sundays you might see both of them in here. Some Sundays you might see neither one of them in here. Some Sundays you might see just old man in here. No, old man, I don't think old man or Phil, I know Phil doesn't. I'm pretty sure old man doesn't. Just noticed no one was in TeamSpeak. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not in TeamSpeak either. I know I know neither one of them are going to be in today because it's Saturday. So it used to be Old Man on Saturday and then sometimes Phil on Sunday. But I know neither one of them will be in on Saturday. Phil works on Saturday and now Old Man works on Saturday. And Phil, I think, is working on Sundays now. Every now and then he gets a day off. Yeah, to Phil, yeah. Yep, he got that one good. Let's see, I'm probably gonna need to go get my truck. This rig has no radio. Really? Yeah, I don't see one. There it is. Where'd you see it at? About that right up there? You mean like a stereo radio? Like a music radio? I'm in here looking for a CB radio. I don't see a CB radio though. Say the Combine didn't have a CB radio in it either. I say CB radio. Normally it's a businessman radio. I don't see one. Yeah, we're gonna get into animals soon. Got to figure out where we want to do them at. Probably just at one farm. Either at one farm or separate the animals into separate farms. So do pigs at one farm, cows at one farm, sheep at one farm, etc. Would be a little more organized to do it that way. That way you could store all your goods for whichever animal type is at that farm. And you know, if you had your sheep at one farm, you'd take your grass and hay there and store that. And if you had your cows at one farm, you'd take your total mixed ration to one. If you had your pigs at one farm, gosh, they take a lot of stuff. They take different kinds of crops. Chickens take usually a grain, wheat or barley or something like that. I'd have to. It usually is map specific too, so I'd have to check and see what it is on this map. All right. I think I'm gonna go store this down at the Brown farm, since this most likely will be going to the flour mill whenever we buy it. Just go store it down there. Whoa. Alright, I'll let this empty right here. And guys, I'm going to take my first break. So we'll come back, we'll grab the truck, and then we'll move the combine over and hit the next field. So YouTube, you guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you.